Hello again, this is Krista Tedrow with the Daily Vixen, and today I'm going to talk to you about a blog that I wrote called When What You Do for Work Hits Too Close to Home. In the blog, I write about what it's like to have a product or a service or a skill or even a hobby that you do that people in your life, your friends, your loved ones, even your romantic partners, and your family especially, and on occasion, even those acquaintances that you haven't spoken to for a really long time, come back into your life and want to ask for your assistance with your product, with your service, or with a design opportunity that they need your assistance for. But they're asking you to do this for free or on a limited pay basis. And while that seems like maybe it shouldn't occur or maybe it doesn't occur, the truth of the matter is that when you have something that's worth something to someone else, you'd be surprised just how often people will ask you questions that they otherwise would have to pay someone else for your expertise. Or they would ask to see a sample of something that you have created and then ask you what you would charge and expect a reduction in the price. Or they've recognized that you're trying to transition into a new profession or that your hobby is on the cusp of hitting it big and that they want to be one of your customers or they want to try it out, but they are again asking you for a reduced price in order for them to do so. And while this does make sense for certain people in your life, you really do truly need to evaluate whether or not that this opportunity for them could be an opportunity for you both, or whether or not you are in a position that they're just taking advantage of you. And in my profession as a lawyer, this often happens more often than I would like to admit. People that I haven't spoken to in 5, 10 years, even 20 years will come back into my life and ask for free advice. And while my office does offer free consultations, sometimes this free advice comes during holidays, during vacations, during when I'm supposed to be on my free time. And I have to make the determination on whether or not their asking for my assistance is genuine or whether or not it's just a misuse of my time and someone taking advantage of me. And so I'm here to tell you today that if you are a person that offers services or products in your professional status, or whether or not you have a product or service that you offer because it's your second job or your passion project or even just a hobby, I'm going to give you a 3-step process to analyze whether or not you should offer the services to them, whether or not you should take them on as a client or customer whatsoever, and whether or not it should be for free or at a reduced price, or whether or not you should actually protect your own professional status and recognize that you have a large worth and that they, if they do respect you and they're your friend or your loved one, should pay for it. So the first step in analyzing whether or not you should offer your service or product for free to a family member, an acquaintance, or a friend is to determine where you are within your business. Are you starting out? Do you need to be able to get your name out there? And is this person asking you going to have the network to be able to level up your business? Are they going to promote you? Are they going to wear your product proudly and consistently name drop you to be able to get you additional customers or clientele? Are they going to be able to market your service so that other people in their network want to use you and offer you your fair price? Are you in a position in your business that you can take the time to offer them this free product, or is it going to actually end up costing you more money than any opportunity that could come from offering it to them? These are the questions that you have to ask in step 1. If you don't ask these questions, you've already started off onto a path that's not going to ultimately bring you success or even gratification or fulfillment. If that's going to be how you approach your product and services, you've already started yourself on a path to destruction. Because if you're constantly putting the people asking you to do things for free ahead of yourself and ahead of your business plan in and of itself needs some analyzation. So once you've asked yourself those questions and you've come up to an answer that says, yes, this person is going to create value for me in my personal life or in my professional life if I offer them this product or this service for free, then you should move on to the next step. The next step is going to be analyzing whether or not you should offer this product to them for free or for a reduced value. And you do this by analyzing your actual time management skills, where you are with other customers' orders or other customers' services, and figuring out just how much time you have to be able to give to this product without it interfering with your professional life or your personal life, or more importantly, your mental health. If your answer is still that you can offer them this product and service at a reduced or free price, then you should move on to the third step. But I really, really encourage you at this step to consider analyzing whether or not you're doing this because you are a people pleaser or whether or not it's actually a good business deal for yourself as well as for your business. Because if it isn't, then it's not going to have the gratification that it should in return for offering the free service or product. But if you do determine that they're going to provide and create value if you do this for them, and that you have the time and mental headspace to be able to accomplish this without it draining yourself or interfering with your paying customers, then you want to move on to the third step. The third step is, should I get involved in this or could there be other complications or consequences down the road that I don't see now, but could potentially interfere with our friendship, our professional working relationship, other family members, or other friends? This is extremely important in my own business when friends and family members ask me for professional advice in the area of family law. In the area of family law, I'm already dealing with people's personal lives. And if I know both parties to the problem, I have to analyze whether or not I'm doing one person a service or if I'm doing both parties a disservice because I can't unbiasedly offer my legal advice. Additionally, I have to determine whether or not someone is going to just take advantage of me if I've done it one time or not. What type of person is asking you for this favor? Have they consistently asked for favors in the past and never returned them? Are they the type of person that you go to dinner with and it's easily determined that one person will pay this time and then the next time the other person will catch it back so that it's an even playing field? Are they just a taker? Do they bring anything to the table? Are they grateful when you've done them favors in the past? But more importantly, if you do this favor for them and it doesn't go exactly to a T the way that they think that it should, are they going to blame you for doing something out of the kindness of your heart that doesn't have the intended outcome that they've wanted? Can you control that outcome? In my professional life as a lawyer, I can't ever 100% with certainty control the outcome when a judge is involved. I also can't control the outcome when there are other parties' emotions involved. I can't make people be good people. So with that in mind, I have to analyze whether or not I'm personally putting myself both professionally and personally with my friendship or my relationship and my own personal mental health, because I take a personal toll when things don't go right for my clients. And I'm doing this for free. So this is the most important step. If you've gotten a yes answer in step 1 and in step 2 to analyze on whether or not you should take on a favor request from a friend, family member, or an acquaintance, is whether or not there's going to be unintended consequences that you didn't think of immediately that could ruin the friendship, could cause some sort of strife in your own personal family, could have your reputation tarnished because these are the type of people that write bad reviews. You have to take these into consideration because even if it's done for free, at the end of the day, the only person whose reputation is going to be on the line is yours. Can you guarantee the outcome? And if not, make sure that you are very open and honest with the friend that's asking you to give them this favor, that there are no guarantees, because that's going to protect your own professionalism, but also protect your peace. So when you are faced with these types of things, I ask you to ask those 3 questions before definitively saying yes. Is this ask going to bring some sort of benefit to my business, whether or not it's going to be by way of opening up my network or free marketing, or because it truly is going to bring you some sort of gratitude to be able to assist your friend or acquaintance in their time of need? And if the answer is yes, then you move on to step 2. Do you responsibly have enough time within your professional realm to not tip your work-life balance too far into the work realm, and that it's going to protect your own mental health by not having to take on circumstances that are going to bog you down with paying customers or take up too much of your personal time to where you don't feel good about producing the product or the service for that individual on a free basis or a reduced value? And if that answer is still yes, then you still have to ask your question whether or not it's a good idea from a professional and personal realm that you get involved in this ask. If your answer to all 3 of those is yes, then and only then should you take it. If these are the types of helpful work-life balance questions that you need to have answered, I encourage you to subscribe to my podcast as well as check out my weekly blog on the dailyvixen.com.